and the Dodgers are able to shut out San Francisco. They win 4-0.
Swing and a miss, strike three. Sits him down with a sweeper. Bookending K's in a scoreless 1-2-3 fifth. Dodgers up 4-0.
He wants to be the best pitcher in baseball, and right now he's doing it, and so you can tell he's hyper-focused on the preparation part of it, and then obviously the days that he starts the execution. Whether he's on the mound, you expect a no-hitter, and then when he's hitting, you expect 2 homers, and so that's kind of his lot in life. It's what he kind of he did to deserve that.
That sound you hear was my former teammate in Dave Roberts. That's right, Doc. Shout out to him. When you look at what Shohei Ohtani is doing, he's 3-2 with a .82, 7 innings, 4 hits. He's dominating the Giants his entire career. It just continues to do so many great things. Is he the Cy Young favorite? No, I don't think so. You got to dethrone Paul Skeens. But what he's doing is he set himself a goal. He's talking about it. He's getting the narrative on their side. They needed, like last night was that perfect example of him being the stopper, though, right? Like that's an ace. Yamamoto is a bona fide ace. We know that. He wasn't able to do it the night before, but Shohei was, and it was not a lot of loud contact. It was a lot of ugly swings that you're getting out of there. Struck out 8, walked 2. Play of the night ends up being, and who knows how this ends up, but Andy Paz has had just a ridiculous year on the offensive side, hitting .312, leading the team in almost every offensive category. It was his play going to his right and back towards the wall on Drew Gilbert. His first and second one, I think it was 6th inning, 6th, 7th inning, and next thing you know, this ball's hammered. He gets it and fires it back in. And I was telling you earlier, I was like, the hell is he doing? Oh, wait, Willie Thomas forgot how many outs there were, and that's a problem, and that's where the Giants are right now. And they're 7.5 games back of the Padres. The Giants are in 7 games of the Dodgers, and that's the stuff that's going to kill you, right? The not knowing the outs, just the simplest of things. The guy that is so professional in everything that he does, in Willie Thomas, it scares you. Scares you that's what's going on with them. But big night, Espinal Santiago Espinal. Jeez, my God. Can't believe
it's
we did
early.
That. I'm sorry.
It's early, Fran.
He homered back-to-back with Mookie Betts. Big night for those two. And getting Mookie right is going to be a big issue for these Dodgers going forward.
Yeah, and listen, like internally, that team is not concerned about what's going on. They've just had to kind of navigate the injury situation here, figure things out on the mound, and piece it together. But nobody's worried about the Los Angeles Dodgers. Nobody feels bad that they had a skid. Nobody's concerned at all. Panic level is 0, right. I would guess. But Mookie Betts does need to get going. He just rejoined the lineup coming off the IL, goes yard last night, and so that's a good sign. That's a good sign for the direction they're headed. And for Shohei Ohtani to be able to lower his ERA to, listen, every campaign needs a narrative. Every campaign needs a manager. And that's what Dave Roberts and the Dodgers are doing for him. So a solid win. They're able to at least avoid the mop up. The 4th game of the series is today. So they'll try to split that with the San Francisco Giants. Let's get to our double. So the Toronto Blue Jays, I think, have a World Series hangover, and they are trying to get back on track right now. Well, they got some help last night. Dalton Varsho in extras has a grand slam to help seal the deal and the victory over the Tampa Bay Rays.
And Varsho hits it high, deep left field. Simpson back at the fence. It's gone! Let's go home! A walk-off grand slam! And the Blue Jays finally get the Rays, winning it 5-3.
Huge for Varsh. Huge for him. It's he's been, I feel like he hasn't hit a home run a lot, since Minnesota. He hits them kind of in bunches, but it's more so big for us. I think just trying to grind through this part of the season with how we're playing and things kind of going back and forth, good, bad. You need that going into an offense.
That was Ben Schulman on the walk-off call, and then also John Schneider, the manager of the Toronto Blue Jays, on the importance for Dalton Varsho for a personal reason, right? Like getting things going, getting that confidence level going for the walk-off. Look, I told you this earlier, and Second time it hasn't ended in a win. Team in the top half. So the away team in the top half of the extra innings, whether it's 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th. If they score in the 10th, game ends in the 10th. They scored 2 or more runs this year. They're 24-1. So the Rays scored 2 in the 10th, and this is the first loss of the season. Like over the time, I haven't done the numbers the last couple of days, but it was like 282-40 if you score 2 or more runs in that top half of the inning. And it ends in that inning. It's just a wild number you get in there. And so for the Blue Jays to get this victory, I look at it going, man, this is is this it? Is this that thing that can ignite them? And it could. I mean, the crowd's electric there. We know that, being there last year for the World Series. Is it a hangover, or is it the injuries that have, you look at what the Braves have done and overcome all those injuries. I think it's everything combined. I think it's also, with Vladdy not being able to get going as well as he can, they're just walking him, no one doing enough damage behind him to really, I feel like, give him anything to hit. He's finding his way to get, knocks here and there, but doing damage, and they need him. But for Dalton Varsho, 6 career grand slams. It's called ownage. Bases loaded, just book it. Something good's going to happen for that guy.
Yeah, I mean, let's talk about the injuries for a quick second. So Alejandro Kirk behind the plate, I think that's a bigger one than people think. Addison Barger, who can play right field, he can play third base, got a cannon for an arm. His bat was hot in October, and he was supposed to be an important player here. Nathan Lucas as well, the outfielder for them. And then obviously on the pitching side of things too. So just having some key position players, and the Jays are built on having role players, right? They have a lot of those guys. Ernie Clement is one of those too. And just being able to produce 1 through 9, having depth, that's where their strengths are. And so they have been missing that strength. But a little love too, by the way, to Dylan Cease. He went 7 innings of 1-run ball, 3 walks and 9 strikeouts. And the Rays have been red hot. So anytime a pitcher can come in and do damage like that and limit the damage on the other side, for Tampa Bay, what they've accomplished, they've been red hot. They are neck and neck with the Yanks right now in the American League East. So I thought overall really great team win for the Jays, and hopefully they can roll, right? Like this is your point, yep. Fran. Like this is where you start to get going and see some momentum. So a big win in extra innings for the Blue Jays over the Rays. Our triple today is Gavin Sheets and the San Diego Padres, down to 2 outs in the 9th. He hits a 3-run home run, and the Padres beat the Brewers.
The 0-1 pitch. Sheets swings, sends it in the air, deep to right center field. Frelick is back. He's at the wall. This one, gonna go! Gavin Sheets gets it done. A 3-run go-ahead homer here in the top of the 9th inning. Sheets pumps his fist as he hits third, and the Padres have done it again.
I see just a calmness about him that, the moment isn't like something that's going to destroy his life. He feels confident in himself, whether he gets the job done or not, so he's playing with a little bit of freedom, taking it bat with freedom, and, he gets the job done, more often than not in those situations.
Yeah, that was my former teammate, Craig Stammen. I owned him in minor leagues, not in the big leagues. Anyway, Stammer, still, you got to be shown. Please show off your calves when you're going out to the mound. Those are amazing. Please. Yeah, you need to. The one thing that's crazy is that, with Gavin Sheets hitting this 3-run bomb with 2 outs in the 9th, it's against Abner Uribe. And Abner Uribe is just disgusting. The stuff that he has is just electric. And I say it like that because all those guys were just thanking everyone that it was not Jacob Mizorowski on that mound. To think that to get the stuff that Abner Uribe has is one thing. It's elite, right? As far as a reliever. But to go from Mizorowski and you're going, Abner Uribe comes in and you're going, thank you? That's what it felt like last night.
I agree.
Yeah. And that's just insane. Jacob Mizorowski last night had 13 swings and misses on his heater. He cramped up, had to come out. Aaron Ashby came in, had his clean inning in the 8th, and then next thing you know, Abner Uribe comes in to close it out and can't get it done. It was a huge victory for the Padres because it's one that you looked at, you're going, older team, I'm going to say air quotes on that, older team. Against Jacob Mizorowski was not going to be the great matchup for them based on the fastball velocity. And he showed it. I mean, he's on a heater right now. He is special, but the Padres stayed with it. And, you look at that going like, is this something that can get them going? Oh, wait, they're in first place. Yeah, we forget about that. They're in first place ahead of the Los Angeles Dodgers.
They're in first place, but it doesn't really feel like they're in first place the way that they've been playing. Like, I just watched them against the Cardinals for 4 games, Fran. Yeah, and it's flat right now. Obviously Manny Machado batting under 200, Fernando Tatis Jr. pressing, feeling pressure, moving around the lineup, moving around the infield and the outfield. Like, there's not a lot of consistency with which they're playing, which is really fascinating, right? And so I'm sure Craig Stammen and that staff are hoping that it is going to start to click. I think Tatis Jr. is the most important bat to get going in that lineup right now. You and I talked about it earlier. I need Jackson Merrill to be that table setter and be that guy. And Manny, yeah, obviously this is not the Manny Machado that we know, the veteran team, but they know how to prepare, right? And I guarantee you ask them, it's all about their process. It is all about the process. The results will come. And the fact that they are winning right now and they're not playing their best baseball is good news. And the fans are still packing the park. The fans are still excited about this team. And obviously that bullpen, which is absolutely filthy with Mason Miller. He's able to come in. One more note real quick on Jacob Mizorowski. He was filthy, 4 hits only given up throughout his outing. And Gavin Sheets had a frozen rope earlier in the game. So he was obviously seeing the ball well yesterday. I like that Gavin Sheets played the role of hero yesterday. I liked that it came down to the wire. I think it's their 13th comeback victory